In the small, isolated town of Frostwood, nestled deep within a snowy valley, a chilling tale unfolded during one particularly harsh winter. The townspeople were accustomed to the biting cold and relentless snowstorms, but nothing could have prepared them for the horror that lurked in the shadows. One frosty evening, a group of friends decided to explore the abandoned mansion on the outskirts of Frostwood. The mansion, known as Blackthorn Manor, had a dark history that sent shivers down the spines of the locals. Legend had it that the mansion was cursed, with whispers of mysterious disappearances and unexplained deaths surrounding its grim past. Undeterred by the ominous stories, the friends ventured into the decaying mansion, their breath visible in the frigid air. The creaking floorboards echoed through the desolate halls as they navigated the dimly lit rooms. The temperature inside seemed to drop even further, and an unsettling silence hung in the air. As they explored the mansion's upper floors, the group stumbled upon a room with a weathered journal. Its pages detailed the tragic story of a family that once lived there, consumed by madness and despair. The chilling entry spoke of a malevolent force that tormented them during the harsh winter months. Suddenly, a bone-chilling gust of wind slammed the door shut, trapping the group inside the room. Panic set in as the temperature plummeted, and their breath formed icy clouds. Shadows danced along the walls, and faint whispers filled the air, carrying the tormented voices of the long-lost family. One by one, the friends began to vanish into the darkness, their terrified screams echoing through the haunted mansion. The survivors desperately tried to escape, but the malevolent force seemed to envelop them, freezing them in place. The temperature dropped to an unbearable degree, and frost began to creep across the walls. In the end, only one survivor emerged from the haunted Blackthorn Manor, their sanity hanging by a thread. The town of Frostwood would forever remember the winter when the chilling horrors of Blackthorn Manor claimed the souls of those who dared to explore its cursed halls. The abandoned mansion remained, a silent sentinel in the snowy valley, waiting for the next unsuspecting victims to stumble upon its dark secrets. Years passed, and the tale of Blackthorn Manor became a cautionary legend, passed down through generations in hushed whispers. The people of Frostwood avoided the mansion like the plague, believing it to be a cursed relic of the past. However, as winters came and went, a new generation of curious minds emerged, drawn to the allure of the macabre. In the heart of another bitterly cold winter, a group of thrill-seekers decided to challenge fate and explore the infamous Blackthorn Manor once again. The townspeople's warnings fell on deaf ears as the group ventured into the desolate mansion, their breath visible in the frosty air. The surviving member of the previous ill-fated expedition had tried to warn them, but the lure of the unknown was too strong. The friends cautiously navigated the same decaying halls, unaware that the malevolent force within the mansion hungered for more souls to claim. As they delved deeper into the darkness, the temperature dropped, and the atmosphere grew heavy with the weight of unseen eyes. Whispers of the past echoed through the halls, recounting the tragic stories of those who had met their demise within these haunted walls. Suddenly, the same ominous gust of wind swept through the mansion, slamming the door shut behind them. The group felt an oppressive presence closing in, and an icy grip seized their hearts. Panic set in as shadows seemed to come alive, dancing menacingly around them. One by one, the friends began to vanish into the darkness, their terrified screams echoing through the mansion. The survivor of the previous expedition watched in horror as history repeated itself, helpless to prevent the unfolding tragedy. The malevolent force fed on their fear, growing stronger with each soul it claimed. In the end, only silence remained in Blackthorn Manor. The survivor, now consumed by guilt and terror, stumbled out into the winter night. The mansion stood as a foreboding monument to the horrors within, its windows glinting with an otherworldly frost. The townspeople, once again haunted by the winter tragedy, sealed off Blackthorn Manor. It became a forbidden place, a reminder that some secrets are best left undisturbed. The chilling winds continued to whistle through the valley, carrying with them the ghostly whispers of the past, as Blackthorn Manor awaited its next unsuspecting victims. Deep within the snow-covered wilderness, where winters were long and unforgiving, there stood an imposing mansion known as Ravenhurst Manor. This foreboding structure loomed on the edge of a desolate town named Frostvale, its dark history woven into the fabric of the chilling landscape. As the frigid winds howled through the skeletal trees, a group of friends gathered in Frostvale, eager to explore the mysteries of Ravenhurst Manor. The townspeople spoke of the eerie occurrences that took place within its walls, tales of restless spirits and unexplained phenomena that sent shivers down the spines of those who dared to listen. Undeterred by the warnings, the friends embarked on their journey one moonlit night. The snow-covered path leading to Ravenhurst was treacherous, but their excitement masked the apprehension that lingered beneath the surface. The air was so cold it seemed to freeze their very breath, creating a misty veil that surrounded them. As they approached the looming mansion, the grand entrance beckoned them with an air of twisted elegance. The creaking gate swung open with an unsettling groan, as if welcoming them to a realm where time stood still. The moon cast an eerie glow on Ravenhurst Manor, emphasizing its gothic architecture and broken windows, each pane a dark eye watching the intruders. Once inside, the friends found themselves in a grand foyer adorned with dusty chandeliers and faded tapestries. The atmosphere was thick with a quiet dread, and the temperature seemed to drop further with every step. Unbeknownst to them, the spirits that haunted Ravenhurst awakened from their slumber, drawn to the living intruders like moths to a flame. As the group explored the mansion's labyrinthine corridors, a sense of foreboding settled over them. They stumbled upon a forgotten library, its shelves lined with ancient tomes and mysterious artifacts. A weathered journal lay open on a dusty desk, recounting the tragic tale of a family that once called Ravenhurst home. The family's patriarch, a once respected scholar, had delved into forbidden knowledge, seeking to unlock the secrets of immortality. His experiments went awry, unleashing a malevolent force that cursed Ravenhurst for generations. The journal warned of the winter nights when the spirits grew restless, seeking solace in the suffering of the living. Suddenly, a haunting melody echoed through the mansion, a forlorn piano playing in a distant room. The friends followed the ethereal music, each note resonating with a spectral sadness that chilled them to the bone. The piano seemed to play itself, guided by unseen hands from beyond the veil. As the group reached the source of the haunting melody, they found themselves in a grand ballroom adorned with faded portraits. The spirits, trapped in a never-ending waltz, swirled around the room in silent despair. The friends became unwitting participants in the ghostly dance, their every step echoing through the desolate hall. The temperature dropped to a bone-chilling degree, and the friends felt an otherworldly presence surrounding them. Whispers filled the air, recounting the tragic stories of those who had succumbed to the curse of Ravenhurst Manor. The spirits sought to share their suffering, desperate for the living to understand the darkness that clung to the mansion's walls. As the friends attempted to flee, the malevolent force within Ravenhurst manifested itself. Shadows twisted and contorted, forming grotesque figures that lurched towards the intruders. The icy grip of the spirits tightened, draining the warmth from the living souls. One by one, the friends succumbed to the spectral forces, their screams joining the chorus of anguish that resonated through Ravenhurst Manor. The surviving member, paralyzed with fear, witnessed the friends vanish into the shadows. The grand ballroom fell silent, and the chilling winds outside seemed to carry the mournful echoes of the tragedy within. The survivor, marked by the horrors of Ravenhurst, stumbled out into the frozen night, forever haunted by the memories of that fateful winter. The mansion, now steeped in the sorrow of lost souls, stood as a testament to the consequences of meddling with the supernatural. Frostvale, having witnessed another tragedy, sealed off Ravenhurst Manor, its doors now guarded by an invisible barrier. The townspeople whispered in hushed tones, warning future generations to steer clear of the cursed mansion that stood as a sentinel in the snow-covered wilderness. As the winter winds continued to sweep through Frostvale, Ravenhurst Manor remained a dark enigma, a haunting reminder that some mysteries are best left undisturbed in the unforgiving embrace of winter's icy grip. Years passed, and the tale of Ravenhurst Manor became a macabre legend in Frostvale. The townspeople, having learned from the haunting past, avoided the mansion like a specter in the night. The memory of the friends who had ventured into its ominous halls lingered as a chilling cautionary tale, a reminder of the darkness that lay hidden beneath the snow-covered faade. Yet, with the passage of time, the allure of the forbidden called out to a new generation. A group of daring individuals, drawn by the whispers of the haunted past, sought to unravel the mysteries of Ravenhurst Manor once more. The chilling winds carried their excited laughter as they approached the mansion, oblivious to the fate that awaited them. The grand entrance creaked open once again, as if the mansion itself welcomed the unwitting intruders into its icy embrace. The snow crunching beneath their boots masked the ghostly echoes that reverberated through the desolate halls. The spirits, restless and hungry, stirred as the living dared to breach the threshold once more. As the group delved into the heart of Ravenhurst, the air became thick with an oppressive energy. The temperature dropped drastically, and a haunting symphony of disembodied whispers accompanied their every step. The malevolent force within the mansion sensed their presence, a hunger for the warmth of living souls driving it to life once more. The explorers stumbled upon the same forsaken library, its shelves laden with forgotten knowledge and cursed relics. The journal, weathered by time, lay open on the desk, its pages recounting the tragedies of the past. The warning within went unheeded, as the group pressed forward, ignorant of the spectral forces that observed their every move. The haunting melody of the piano once again echoed through the corridors, guiding the intruders to the grand ballroom. Unseen hands urged them to join the ghostly waltz, and the friends found themselves entangled in a dance with the restless spirits. The chilling atmosphere intensified, as the spirits sought to share their sorrow with the living, hoping to impart the weight of their eternal suffering. The temperature plummeted to an unbearable low, and shadows twisted and contorted, forming grotesque figures that encircled the intruders. The malevolent force within Ravenhurst manifested itself, seizing the explorers in an icy grip. The survivors of the past tragedy, now part of the spectral dance, watched with mournful eyes as history repeated itself. The grand ballroom became a stage for a sinister spectacle, as the spirits drained the warmth and life from the living souls. The echoes of their screams mingled with the haunting melody, creating a cacophony of despair that resonated through the mansion. One by one, the intruders succumbed to the relentless forces, their forms dissolving into the shadows. The lone survivor, marked by the spectral touch of Ravenhurst, stumbled out into the winter night, forever bound to the tragic legacy of the cursed mansion. The grand ballroom fell silent once more, the chilling winds carrying the anguished echoes of yet another winter tragedy. Frostvale, now burdened by the weight of multiple horrors, took drastic measures. The cursed mansion was sealed off, its entrance marked by warnings and warding symbols etched into the snow. The town, scarred by the repeated tales of woe, vowed to safeguard the dark secret that Ravenhurst Manor held within its icy walls. As the seasons changed and the years rolled on, Ravenhurst Manor stood as a haunting sentinel, a silent testament to the folly of those who dared to tread into the realm of the supernatural. The snow-covered wilderness, once the backdrop to countless tragedies, whispered the chilling warnings of its cursed history, ensuring that Ravenhurst's secrets remained buried in the frozen depths of winter. In the remote and isolated village of Winterhaven, nestled deep within a frosty valley surrounded by towering pines and snow-covered mountains, a tale of horror unfolded during a particularly unforgiving winter. The village, accustomed to the harsh cold and perpetual snowfall, harbored a secret that cast a shadow over its quaint, peaceful facade. The story began with a group of adventurous friends who sought to escape the monotony of their everyday lives and experience the thrill of the unknown. Intrigued by the mysteries whispered among the villagers, they decided to investigate the ominous mansion that loomed on the outskirts of Winterhaven, known by the locals as Frostfall Manor. Frostfall Manor had long been abandoned, its crumbling walls and shattered windows standing as a testament to a bygone era. Rumors of a tragic history surrounded the mansion, tales of a family cursed by a vengeful spirit that preyed on the living during the winter months. The villagers spoke of bone-chilling wails that echoed through the valley on stormy nights, the mournful cries of those who had met a grisly fate within the mansion's cold embrace. Undeterred by the ominous stories, the group of friends embarked on their journey one moonlit night. The snow-covered path leading to Frostfall Manor was treacherous, each step leaving an imprint in the pristine snow. The air was so frigid that it stung their lungs, and the dark silhouettes of the surrounding trees seemed to dance in the pale moonlight. As they approached the mansion, a sense of foreboding settled over the group. The grand entrance, barely visible beneath a layer of snow, creaked open with an eerie groan, as if the mansion itself beckoned them into its icy depths. The wind whispered through the skeletal branches, carrying with it the indistinct murmurs of unseen entities. The friends entered Frostfall Manor, their breath visible in the cold air as they navigated the dimly lit corridors. The temperature inside seemed to drop even further, and an unsettling silence hung in the air. The faded wallpaper peeled away from the walls like old memories, revealing the mansion's tragic past in layers of neglect. As they explored the upper floors, the friends discovered a forgotten room with a dusty mirror that seemed to reflect more than just their own images. A weathered diary lay on a decaying vanity, its pages detailing the descent of the mansion's former inhabitants into madness. The curse that gripped Frostfall Manor, according to the diary, was tied to a forbidden ritual performed during a particularly harsh winter decades ago. Suddenly, a spectral figure materialized in the mirror, its gaunt face etched with sorrow and despair. The friends, paralyzed with fear, watched as the apparition recounted the tragedy that had befallen the family, victims of their own desperate attempts to break the curse that bound them to the mansion. A bone-chilling gust of wind slammed the door shut, trapping the friends in the haunted room. Shadows danced along the walls, and the temperature dropped to an unbearable degree. Whispers of long-lost voices echoed through the corridors, weaving a tale of anguish and torment. One by one, the friends began to experience visions of the past, reliving the final moments of the ill-fated family. The walls seemed to close in, and the air became thick with an otherworldly presence. The malevolent spirit, unleashed by the forbidden ritual, sought to ensnare the living and perpetuate its curse. As the friends struggled to escape the clutches of Frostfall Manor, the spectral figure in the mirror revealed the only way to break the curse, a sacrifice of their own making. Panic set in as the friends grappled with the realization that their attempt to uncover the mansion's secrets had unwittingly entangled them in its dark history. Desperation drove them to make a choice, and with a heavy heart, one among them offered themselves as a sacrifice to appease the vengeful spirit. The air became charged with a frenetic energy as the sacrifice unfolded, and the spectral figure in the mirror seemed to nod in solemn approval. With the sacrifice complete, the mansion released its grip on the remaining friends. The haunted room fell silent, the shadows receded, and the temperature returned to a semblance of normalcy. The friends, changed by the harrowing experience, stumbled out of Frostfall Manor, their breaths visible in the winter night. As they re-entered the village of Winterhaven, the once dormant storm began to subside. The ghostly whispers that had haunted Frostfall Manor faded into the distance, leaving behind an uneasy calm. The friends, forever marked by the horrors they had witnessed, carried the weight of the cursed winter with them as a chilling reminder that some secrets should remain buried in the frozen embrace of the past. The friends, burdened by the weight of the cursed winter and the sacrifice they had witnessed, returned to Winterhaven with a haunting tale etched into their souls. The village, unaware of the supernatural events that had transpired in Frostfall Manor, remained shrouded in an eerie calm as the storm outside began to relent. The once adventurous group struggled to resume their normal lives, haunted by the memories of Frostfall Manor. The sacrifice, although seemingly appeasing the vengeful spirit, had left an indelible mark on their psyches. Each friend bore the weight of survivor's guilt, questioning whether they had made the right choice in the face of malevolent forces. As winter persisted in its icy grip, the village of Winterhaven experienced an unusual phenomenon. The temperature plummeted to unprecedented lows, and an unnatural stillness settled over the landscape. Whispers of the cursed winter spread through the village like an unseen plague, and the once thriving community now existed in a perpetual state of hushed fear. The friends, feeling an unrelenting sense of responsibility, decided to delve deeper into the mysteries of Frostfall Manor. They sought the guidance of the village elders, who reluctantly shared the obscured history of the mansion. According to ancient lore, Frostfall Manor had been built on sacred ground, a place where the boundary between the living and the dead was thin. The cursed winter, a result of the forbidden ritual that had unleashed the malevolent spirit, was now a force that threatened not only the friends but the entire village. The sacrifice had momentarily appeased the vengeful entity, but it hungered for more souls to bind to its curse, perpetuating a cycle of despair. Realizing the gravity of the situation, the friends embarked on a quest to uncover a way to break the curse once and for all. They delved into dusty archives, consulted ancient texts, and sought the guidance of a reclusive wise woman rumored to possess knowledge of the supernatural. Their journey led them through treacherous winter landscapes, where the bitter winds seemed to carry the echoes of the cursed winter. The wise woman, a keeper of ancient secrets, revealed that the only way to break the curse was to confront the vengeful spirit directly within Frostfall Manor and find a way to release it from its tormented existence. Armed with newfound knowledge, the friends returned to the mansion. The storm outside raged with renewed fury, as if nature itself rebelled against their quest. Frostfall Manor stood as a silent sentinel in the midst of the chaos, its windows glinting with an ominous frost that betrayed the malevolent force within. As they entered the haunted mansion once again, the friends encountered increasingly bizarre and surreal phenomena. The walls seemed to shift, revealing hidden passages and alternate dimensions that defied the laws of reality. Whispers surrounded them, guiding them deeper into the heart of the cursed winter. The grand ballroom, where the malevolent spirit had manifested in the past, now beckoned them with an otherworldly allure. The haunting melody of a long-forgotten piano played, and shadows danced in macabre unison. The friends, undeterred by the supernatural spectacle, pressed forward with determination. In the ballroom, they encountered the vengeful spirit, a specter with hollow eyes and an aura of despair. The spirit, a remnant of the family that had once inhabited Frostfall Manor, spoke of its tragic fate and the unbearable agony that bound it to the mansion. The friends listened, realizing that the only way to free the spirit was to undo the forbidden ritual that had cursed it. Guided by the wisdom of the wise woman, the friends embarked on a perilous journey through the spectral dimensions within Frostfall Manor. They faced nightmarish illusions, witnessed echoes of past tragedies, and confronted the malevolent force that sought to keep them entangled in the cursed winter. As they reached the heart of the mansion, a chamber shrouded in an ethereal glow, the friends discovered the source of the curse, an ancient artifact that had been used in the forbidden ritual. The artifact, a relic of dark magic, pulsed with an unholy energy that fueled the vengeful spirit's torment. With determination, the friends devised a plan to destroy the artifact and release the spirit from its spectral prison. Each member contributed a piece of themselves, channeling their life force into a ritual that would sever the connection between the cursed winter and the vengeful entity. The chamber quaked with unearthly energy as the friends performed the ritual. Shadows writhed, and the temperature dropped to an unbearable low. The artifact resisted, fighting against the release of the malevolent spirit, but the friends persisted, their bond forged through shared sacrifice. In a blinding burst of light, the artifact shattered, and the vengeful spirit was freed from its torment. The spectral winds that had gripped Winterhaven subsided, and the storm outside began to wane. The friends, exhausted but victorious, emerged from Frostfall Manor, their breaths visible in the winter air. As they stepped out into the calm aftermath of the storm, the village of Winterhaven slowly thawed from the grip of the cursed winter. The sun broke through the clouds, casting a warm glow on the snow-covered landscape. The once isolated village, scarred by the tragedies of the past, now embraced the promise of a new beginning. The friends, forever changed by their harrowing journey, became the guardians of Winterhaven's secrets. They vowed to protect the village from the supernatural forces that lurked in the winter shadows, ensuring that the cursed winter of Frostfall Manor would remain a distant memory, whispered only in the chilling winds of folklore.